Hey, well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Enneagram Threes in love. If you are an Enneagram 3 and want to understand yourself and how you relate, then keep watching. Or if you're dating or married to a 3, this video is really going to help you learn how to relate to your beloved 3 so much better. And watch till the end because I'm going to be sharing 3 tips on how to love your 3 well. Hi, I'm Tyler Zock, pastor, Enneagram coach, author of the 40-day Gospel for Enneagram Devotional series, and your personal guide to helping you transform your life, relationships, and workplace by giving you spot-on truths for your type. So keep watching if you want to feel seen, understood, and challenged to let go of the things that are keeping you stuck in your personal and professional life. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more free content coming up next week. Now, let's get to it. Type 3s can be romantic, charming, and endearing. 3s are enthusiastic, they're empowering, and they are encouraging. 3s care a lot about their work, but when they're healthy, are loving and kind in their relationships. They don't leave their relationships behind for the pursuit of goals or their career. Underneath their achieving exterior is a very tender heart. So yes, when they're in work mode, they are in work mode, but they have a very tender heart towards those they love, right? They are deeply loyal and committed to those in their circle. 3s love being a team with their partner, working towards a common goal. So if you are in a relationship with a 3, one of the things that they love is to feel like they are on a team with you, moving forward, accomplishing goals as a couple or as a family, right? They love being on the same team with you because they believe that we are better together. Sometimes for a 3, sharing their true, authentic, vulnerable feelings is tough because they might risk losing their partner's approval. Dealing with our feelings is tough and oftentimes take a lot of time, and time is something that us 3s don't have, okay? 3s help their partner to feel hopeful and optimistic. That's one of the most beautiful things about a 3s is the hope that they bring to life and the optimism that they bring to the relationship. 3s need their partner to help them achieve a better work-life balance. It's just true. For most 3s, having a work-life balance is going to be really difficult, and they need a partner to be the brakes, to slow them down, and to be a human being and not a human doing. 3s need their partner to remind them that they are loved for who they are, not what they do. This is extremely important. And so if you're in a relationship with 3, make sure that they know that whether they succeed or fail, that they are loved. That whether they achieve or don't achieve, that they are loved. Right? A lot of times 3s have insecurities and don't think highly of themselves underneath the surface, although you can't see it. And so they have insecurities there. And if you remind them that you're lovable, like you have a great personality, I love being around you, like that is huge for a 3 because oftentimes they think that their value is tied to what they do or accomplish. And by the way, I want to say as we go along here, if there's anything that really resonates with you, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you're agreeing with or disagree with. Okay, moving on. When unhealthy, 3s will neglect their partner when they get tunnel vision surrounding their dreams or goals. And this is really sad when a 3 gets to the end of their life and they look back at their marriage, they look back at their kids and realize that they spent way too much time working. When they're unhealthy, their relationships become a task to work on rather than a spiritual union to cultivate. Okay, so 3s need to realize that taking the kids to the park or going on date night, that's not just a task that you can just check off on the list. Like, okay, got my date night, got this. No, family is not a task, right? But your partner is a spiritual union to cultivate, all right? 3s can get very defensive when they're criticized, again, because there's a lot of insecurity under the hood. And so when you are criticizing maybe what they did or what they're working on, remember their career, their achievements are like growing an extra limb. And so when you criticize their work or criticize what they're doing, oftentimes it feels like you're squeezing them. And that you're hurting them. And oftentimes they can react very viscerally and get very defensive. So just be aware that behind that for a 3 is insecurity. 3s want to solve conflict as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Right, this can be good. They can put on their thinking cap and say, okay, what's the problem? How can we move forward and create some goals to move through conflict? That can be very good, but it also can be very bad because conflict and sharing your emotions oftentimes takes time. And 3s don't like things taking time. For 3s, they crave emotional connection, but are not always sure how to establish that connection. Okay? And so if you're in a relationship with a 3, help them to be vulnerable. Help them to share their feelings. Maybe take the initiative in helping to create that emotional connection because it doesn't always come naturally for 3s. Okay, physical intimacy often leads 3s to emotional intimacy. And so sometimes this is the other way around for different types. But for 3s, if they create space for physical intimacy, oftentimes it leads them to feel closer to the other person and establishes that emotional intimacy. 3s crave praise, affirmation, and compliments. This is like fuel for the 3. And so if you're in a relationship with 3, make sure to praise them, affirm them, and compliment them often. Because feelings like sadness or grief take time, 3s tend to ignore them, right? 3s are like planes. They like to go fast. And the storms up ahead, the storms of feelings, they tend to want to fly around. And so 3s need to work on, when they feel things, to stop, create space to be sad, to grieve, and to express those things to their loved one and not ignore them. If they ignore them, 3, if you're a fellow 3 like me, if you ignore your feelings, you're just going to be emotionally immature for a really long time unless you decide to work on your feelings and become more mature as you process and work through those feelings. 3s get frustrated when their partner slows them down. Okay, this is going to perhaps be 80% of conflict. And now you know why. It's because they love going fast. They don't like being interrupted when they're working. And so just know that a lot of the frustration you may have if you're in a relationship with a 3 comes down to efficiency and comes down to being interrupted and not being able to work and accomplish their goals. So in general, you're going to have to help them slow down, but as a way to love them, when you do see them working, try to give them space to get things done because they love their focus time. 3s initiate special activities for their family to have fun. Right? 3s love through doing. So if you're in a relationship with a 3, oftentimes they're planning something fun for you, a date night, planning things for the family. If you're having a hard day, they'll say, hey, let me go take the kids out of the house, or let me go order you a massage. Right? The 3s oftentimes love through doing, and that's why we love 3s so much. And lastly, 3s inspire their partner to achieve their dreams. And if you're in a relationship with a 3, that's one of the best things about them is that they will help you to reach your potential. They'll encourage you. They'll empower you. By being married to a 3 is like being married to a coach that's going to help you reach your full potential and do all the things that God's calling you to do. All right. At the beginning, I said I'd share 3 tips on how we can love our type 3s well. I've already shared a few, but here are some more. Number 1, recognize their achievements. That you're proud of them, right? Let them talk about what they are doing. They love talking about work. Don't let them talk about work too much, but give them space to talk about what they're doing because they get so excited on the things that they're working on. Now, second, affirm them for who they are. Now, I just said recognize their achievements, but at the end of the day, they need to know that they are loved for who they are, not what they do. And so one way that you can do this is by affirming them and encouraging them before they've done anything during the day. And especially when they fail or don't hit their goals, right? Affirm them, love them, say, hey, I couldn't love you any more or any less. Right? That will really help heal the insecurities that 3s have. And then third, stay optimistic and give solutions. Right? 3s have very little tolerance for people who catastrophize, who are complaining, who say that the world is ending, all these bad things are happening or could happen, right? 3s like to be optimistic. And so when you come and you have some hard emotions to share, reassure them that you know it's going to be all right. Or if you bring a problem, don't just be a problem seeker, but a problem solver, and bring some solutions to the table. Right? That'll help them to feel like you are on the same team with them, that you want to move forward, and you don't just want to stay stuck. Okay? All right, that's all I have for today. Do you want to learn more? Well, good news is I've written a book called The Gospel for Achievers. It's a 40-day devotional for type 3s, and it's filled with scripture, powerful truths for your type, plus 3 reflection questions and a daily prayer and action step at the end of each of the 40 days. So go check out that book link in the description below. If you love the content, make sure to hit the like button to tell YouTube to share it with more people. And now you can keep learning about how other Enneagram types are in love right here. Or you can check out this playlist over here with over 90 minutes of teaching on all Enneagram types. And I'll see you in the next video.